Mode. Mode is another measurement in central tendency. Let me start with an example. Here is a list of given heights. Now, if I ask you which height is appearing most oftenly or most frequently, then what is going to be your answer? Just pause the video and try to have a look at this list and tell me that. Yeah, you got it right. It's 4. So 4 feet is the height which is appearing most frequently in this given list or most oftenly in this given list. Yes, you got it right. Your answer is mode of height is 4. So the definition says the value which appears most oftenly in the given data set, that's called the mode. Let's have a look at its definition as per Wikipedia. So if you look at Wikipedia, it says the same thing. The mode is the value that appears most often in a set of data values. I hope you understood this. Let's have a look at another example. The one which we just saw, that was numeric value. Now here let's consider you are doing some sort of survey for a colony and you are preparing a list of all the professionals living in your colony. So here is the list. Now you need to check what is the mode of professionals, right? Which sort of professional are in most number living in your colony, right? What sort of professionals are appearing most oftenly? So the answer is doctors, because this appears 4 times. The rest of the professional have less occurrences, which is less than 4. That means here in this case the mode value is doctor. Now if you remember, in the previous video Mr. Learnerea fixed some of the issues which he had previously reported by mean in the analysis which he did using mean. All right. Now, after finding it with the mean, he suggested, okay, so before I take you over there, let me tell you, if you have not seen that video yet, so these are those 2 videos. I would strongly recommend you to first go and watch this. It is like web series, right? So if you don't see the previous series, you won't enjoy the later one. So I would strongly recommend you to just go and watch these 2 videos first, just to understand the story. If you are not interested in watching the whole story, whole video, then you can just skip to the last part, and so that you could relate to the story, right? Now coming back to this point, here you have Mr. Learnerea was given the data set and he was concerned about his concern area was Mumbai, right? So for this particular data set he found mean and presented to his boss, and over there whatever his recommendation was, according to that there was going to be some issue what he recommended basis on mean. So then he found median and he suggested his boss and he was kind of safe, right? So now his boss is asking to evaluate the data for Mumbai once again and tell him which transaction amount is appearing most oftenly. So he did that and the number which he came up with was 35,000. So let's try to find this thing. Okay, so this is how he found that. Okay, now we can jump to the Python and we can try to see how can we find the mode in Python. So if Mr. Learnerea has this kind of data and if he takes the same to his boss and just underline this number, it won't make much sense. So let's see in Python how can you make it more presentable. Well, so here we are in Python, and if you see here the same transactional data we have, but here we have to use transaction amount 2 instead of transaction amount. How can we do that? How can we find the mode and how can we visually represent this? So today I'm going to show you, you can solve those 2 problems, finding the mode and presenting it visually in one go itself, right? I will just show you how to find it, how to show it visually, right? Let me just do that for you. So for that, all that you need to do is just say SNS which is the Seaborn library, and on that you can just call kde plot. In that you're going to give data for CPD, but you remember we are concerned about Mumbai only, right? So where city equals to, I will just say CPD again, and city equals to Mumbai. So this is how it will filter the data for Mumbai only. And on x-axis we want to plot tran amount 2. Okay, let's try to see how does it look. So here we got the plot. All right, so this is the data, and the peak point which you see over here, this is something which is representing to mode, right? So when you create any plot, any KDE plot, so the topmost point will be the mode, right? You can plot the histogram also. In that also the longest bar will be representing to the mode. Exactly right. So if you want, you can just change this intervals also, right? If it is required, you can change this interval. How can you do that? For that you can just use plt.xticks, and in that I'm just going to say np.arrange, and in that I will start it from 5000 and I will take it to 55,000, and I want to give an interval on 5000. So sorry, I will start from 5000. Here I just wrote 5 only. Let me just write it. Let's see how does it look. Oh, this is looking too bad, though we can fix that, but there is no point of doing that. This looks much better. Okay, now you can just take this chart and you can just show this plot to your boss, right? So let's see how the visuals looks. Well, now here we are back to our board, and now we will just go to the boss, Mr. Learnerea's boss, and here we have that plot. Now he might get annoyed in getting to know what is the exact value for mode. So here Mr. Learnerea has solution for that as well. So he just draw a line, and now this represents to somewhere close to 35,000, or it's exactly 35,000 because we don't have number over here, so we can see that, right? So this is how Mr. Learnerea provided this solution as well, right? I just hope that you enjoyed this video. If yes, then just give a thumbs up, and keep on watching more videos. We will be coming more videos, though in statistics mode is not very frequently used, but yeah, still it has significance. That's why I just covered it over here. In subsequent videos we will be covering more videos, so stay tuned with this channel, and try to share this video. If you like it, share it with your friends so that they could also learn. Give a thumbs up so that it could reach to the people who really need this video from this channel. Thank you once again. Wish you very good luck.